Make sure y'all like, share, comment. And if you want to help me grow my channel, subscribe. Subscribe to the evening. Subscribe to the evening stars and welcome to the evening. I ain't gonna be on here too long. I just wanted to tell y'all, have a blessed day. Be grateful for every day, especially for Sundays. It's the day that the sun stays in the sky just a little bit longer, so you can have that extra time to recover, recuperate, spend time with your loved ones, spend time with yourself, with your animals, spend time in nature, spend time cooking, eating. You know, the way to a man's heart, the way to anybody's heart is with food, but the way to a man's heart is a gentle touch. These days, it's a gentle touch. Man don't even need to eat. We already eating too much shit. We just need a gentle touch. And that'll set us going forward. And it'll help with the discernment to know, okay, I don't want to be touched by that. I don't want to be touching that. But I want to be touched by that and I want to touch that. You know? And then the emotions start coming in. You start getting those yesterday feelings. You start feeling like, okay, yesterday might happen again today. But don't take it like that. Take it as in today is going to set the tone for tomorrow. And whatever that tone is, you're going to make it a love sound. You're going to make it a love tone. Make it a tone of love. And when you make it a tone of love, be ringing down bells and ringing down walls and ringing down all type of manipulative everything. I feel like we need more love. We need more congratulations, right? We need more graduations. We need less segregation. Because when they divide us, they can defeat us. But when we're all together, we gotta realize that we might be a community, but the selected few of us, we kind of are a society because we have a common enemy. And that common enemy is the system. That common enemy is the oppression. That common enemy is hate. That common enemy is evil. It's not a person or a people. It's the thing that's used. And once we prevent that thing from being able to sustain life, once we prevent that thing from being able to feed, the thing dies. It's not able to be used as a tool. If a hammer has a broken hand, you can't hammer that nail. If an axe has a broken handle, you can't chop that tree down. So if evil doesn't have any vessels or anybody to use, we don't have any adversaries, and we don't have anybody that's coming against us. We don't have anybody that's throwing up darkness towards the light. We don't have anybody that's trying to put a lampshade over the sun, because we taking away what they can use. And as we take that away, we build that love within ourselves. And when we build that love within ourselves, it's a less of a chance that anything dark or anything low can even vibrate through. So as long as you keep your defenses up, keep your vibes up, keep your hopes up. Don't let your hope die, right? I'm not saying get your expectations up, because all you should expect is what you can give to the world. But once that's clarified, once you clarify that, I'm doing my my seat. Sit for like 2 minutes, finish this live up. Once you do that, the next steps that you take is forward movement. That's why I said, you know, I hope and I pray that I'm worthy for it as I am. So that way I could take my forward movements as confirmation steps that I suffered enough in the past and I've done the work and I am the person that's done all that work. So going forward, the person that did all the work suffered, survived, and now I can hopefully thrive with the blessings that I'm given. Hopefully you too can thrive with the blessings that you're given, because as you are now, you might not feel like you're worthy. You might not feel like you're, you should have anything good, because not only do you have people that don't want you to have anything good, but there's people that want you to not have anything at all. But the you now, you suffered, you survived, you did the work, you transformed, and now you morphed into the better version of yourself. So this version of you, that's the version that should be worthy as you are. It's not putting in your mind, in order for me to get this next thing, I got to do this, or I got to do more of that. You've done enough of this and you've done so much of that. So now it's time to remember what you've done. Remember where you've come. Remember from where you've come. Remember where you want to go. And have a moment in time where you can sit and accept that you still want to go where you want to go. And accept that you still want what you want to have. That's what I want a message to be today. Hopefully, as you are, you're worthy of all the blessings that's ready to be bestowed upon you for 2027 heaven. Because it's going to be a lot more love and a lot less hate, a lot less division, a lot less separation and segregation. That's why they're always bringing up everything that keeps popping back up that we already overcame, everything that keeps popping back up that we already spoke about. It's because we're heading to the next thing. So it's like, do you still want this next thing, or do you want to continue with this past thing? I don't want to continue with anything in the past. And I don't want to hold anything or anybody to any standard of any person in the past. And I'm still healing off of that situation that happened for the past 10 years of my life. It's only been 5 years. And for those 5 years, I've been living on my own for 2 of them, with the grace of my Father and the help that God has given him to be able to help his son. Right? Better late than never. Never late is better. But we're going to switch it around, right? Never late is better, but better late than never, because it could have never happened. I still think to this day, my father don't have to do any of the stuff that he does for me. My father do so much for so much people. So it's part of, it's literally who I am. I was born different. It's in my blood. My granny gave up the rest of her years so she can help raise me and take care of me and my sister and help my father. My mother lived with my grandmother and my father and my grandfather, especially when she was pregnant with my sister. So it's like my family is just a loving family. Every family has a few bad apples, but I'm not gonna let the rest of my orchard spoil because of a couple bad apples that I could just pluck and take care of that shit, But I was the one that was making the noise. But I was supposed to just be focused on my journey. I was focused on everybody else's journey and what everybody else got going on and what everybody else is doing. So it made them think that I didn't have anything that I wanted to have going on, or I didn't have anything going on, because not only did my plans fail, I was deprived of the opportunity to even have my plans be fulfilled or follow through. So when that constantly happens because you're dependent on somebody else, and somebody else knows that you're dependent on them, so they take advantage of you dependent on them, they can tell you that this ain't gonna happen and that ain't gonna happen, and you gotta change your plans. You gotta postpone whatever you have going on. You gotta miss the opportunity. You gotta miss that chance, and you gotta wait that next 5-10 years for that chance to come around again. And they know this. They know that if you miss that one chance, that you're gonna have to wait this long, because they're studying you. They know what you got going on. They know how this, they know how that. They know when you get paid. They know how much you get paid. They know what you do with your money. They know what you want to do with your money. So if they know all that, and you're telling them your plans, they're gonna fuck it up. And when they fuck it up, they could tell anybody anything, that you're lazy, that you're not doing anything, that you're this, that you're that, behind closed doors. And then when you get outside, you start feeling different. You start feeling like people are watching you and treating you different, but you're still treating them the same way that you treated everybody that you've ever treated before. You don't treat nobody different, but you treat everybody different, right? You don't treat everybody the same, but you treat everybody different, fairly, justly, and honorably, right? You don't talk to that person like if they're that person, because they're a completely different person. They have a whole different life, a whole different personality, right? But these people are looking at you different. They're looking at me different. They're treating me different. They're treating me weird, right? All because of somebody that they perceive to be close to me, telling them something in their ear, and they're gonna believe it, right? Like I was watching Billy Madison yesterday with Adam Sandler, and his dad has somebody that's been working for him for years, and he has his son Billy Madison that he wants to have take over the company, but he's an idiot. So he told him to go back to school. So he goes back to school. He's in school, and the one that he made the bet with that he said that if you don't finish school within these amount of days, I'll give the company to this guy. So this guy goes and he sets up Billy Madison, but Billy Madison is an idiot. He always getting into trouble. He always doing dumb shit. So his father already know and already think that he's gonna fuck up. He don't believe in him, right? But that little school teacher believed in him, right? That changed everything. His father never believed in him. So whenever that dude tried to set up Billy Madison and get him screwed over, what's up? Welcome in. Whenever that person that, tried to mess up Billy Madison and get him kicked out of school, he bribed the principal, because the principal had bad history, right? This is what I was talking about in my walk, right? That we're going to take away all the stuff that they can use as a tool, right? So that they can't convince other people and manipulate them to doing evil, right? So he had a bad history. So the dude finds out his bad history, so he uses it against him. And then he's the principal of the school that Billy Madison has to graduate in order to get the company from his father and not give it to this other guy. So he says he has this whole press conference, and he's telling the whole community that Billy Madison bribed him for $5,000 so that he can graduate the school, and he accepted the bribe. But Billy Madison is sitting at home with his father and his couple friends from school that he brought home, because every time he graduated first, second, or third, he had a graduation party and invited the whole school. Not only is he an idiot, but he's one of those idiots that he don't do criminal activity. He just does dumb shit, right? Like boys will be boys type shit, but it's not the type of shit that, you getting fined and you getting jailed and you getting, warrants and all that stuff for. It's just, immature pranks, right? So his father sees this on the news, right? Billy sees this on the news. The other guy that was sitting there sees this on the news, right? But before that happened, the guy that was sitting there with Billy told him, hey, this guy, he got a plan up, he got something up his sleeve, right? He's gonna try to do something, or he's planning something, right? But they don't know what it is. And then they saw the news, and then the news broke. So his father jumps up and he starts cussing him out. He starts this, that, and the third. And Billy's like, he's lying, right? He's not telling the truth. And I'm like, why would you think that your son would be smart enough to do that if you already think that he's an idiot, right? But this is like part of the movie. And he asked his dad, so you really don't believe me? And his dad says no. And I could relate to that because a lot of things happen in my life that my father never believed me. He didn't take the opportunity to listen to my side of the story because of whoever, whatever said it, right? Especially if my sister said something to him or my stepbrother said something to him or both of them said something to him. I was never going to get believed no matter what. Whole time I'm outside innocently playing with my friends. Whole time I'm minding my business, I have no idea what the hell they got going on. And then I end up getting in trouble. Sometimes we be playing together and I would be being careful, right? Because I'm not trying to get in trouble. I know if anything happens, I'm gonna get in trouble for it, right? My sister's the oldest, so she's in charge. So just because she's in charge, she says whatever. She's like the fucking manager, right? The manager, they could say whatever to the GM or the DM and they're gonna believe the manager over the employees. So that's why I never go nowhere thinking that I have rank or this, that, and the third. I humble myself. I humble myself until I get my own. Because then when I get my own and I have my own kingdom and I have my own empire, I've already learned how to run it. I've already learned how to run business. I've already learned business administrator. I've already learned the ins and out of how to handle accounting. I've already learned the ins and out of how to handle marketing. I've already learned the ins and out of all that thing and all that stuff. So going forward, I'm gonna accept my blessings. I'm gonna be grateful for my blessings because it's what I prayed for. It's what I've waited for. It's what I've earned and deserved all these years for doing the right thing. I never said fuck it, I'm gonna do the wrong thing, but I said fuck it. Let that shit go. I said fuck it. Let that shit slide. I said fuck it. Let them say whatever they want to say. I said, fuck it. Let them do whatever they want to do. But now I'm saying, fuck it. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to say, fuck it. I'm going to stand up and speak for myself. I'm going to say, fuck it. I'm going to do whatever I feel in my heart. I'm going to say, fuck it. I'm going to follow my heart. And I'm going to live my dreams. I'm going to say, fuck it. I'm going to chase all my nightmares away. Put all that stuff in the fuck it bucket. And don't hold on to none of that stress or strife or pain. Don't hold on to none of that. Hold on to life. Hold on to death. Those are the only two things that are true. And what you do in between, make sure it's a joyful, loving, right, righteous, and good thing. Whatever it may be. Don't let it be wrong to you, because then it'll be wrong for everybody. As long as it's right for you, it could be wrong to the whole world. It's the right thing to do. That doesn't say one life is worth more than the other, but if another life is heading towards fear and heading towards the end, the life that isn't is the one that matters. We let the dead bury the dead. That dead person or that person that is heading towards that path, they're going to find people that they're going to relate to, and they're going to help each other, bury each other. And the live, the trees, the ones that's living, we only going to shed a couple branches, right? You brush your hair, you might lose a couple strands of hair, right? But more hair going to grow. More leaves are going to sprout. Right? You might have, your skin might shed a little bit, but then you're going to get some new skin. We make room for more life. We shed what don't. Y'all heard that? We shed what don't come forward, or don't need to come forward, or don't deserve to come forward, or, spent its time. But in doing so, we gotta keep that. We gotta keep that mind. We gotta keep that mind and that heart and that soul intact. I've been here longer than I wanted to be. I was probably gonna be here for like 5 minutes. What up, IMB22 ADA? I appreciate y'all tapping in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Help me grow my channel. Join the evening stars. And be welcome to the evening of your great days.